neat. It's in 1836. It says, Elim was not regularly supplied with preaching, but occasionally received a visit from our beloved brother Travis, that was the first circuit riding preacher, and other visiting ministers. They complain of coldness and earnestly desire our prayers on their behalf. Okay, 1836. Miss Rachel and I talked about this at church last night. That didn't stop them. They didn't even have a full-time preacher. They weren't even getting a regular visit from a circuit rider preacher. And they persevered, and I'm so thankful they did. And they were cold, and they asked for prayers. Then another time I saw it was, says they were supplied in 1843 by the missionary labors of Elder M.L. McWilliams. I don't know if you recognize that name. A lot of preachers are listed in this if you ever want to, if you want to look at it and recognize the name. And it says they are living in peace and harmony, and they communicate nothing of special interest. I guess living in peace and harmony was not interesting, but anyway. Then it goes on to say, let's see. Yeah, it tells like 5 black members, 28 white members, $1 contribution. 2 meets monthly. They weren't even meeting every Sunday. But they survived. They held on. 22 white members in 1859 and 14 black members, 2 dismissed. $1 contribution. So anyway, that was Noah Hill Cemetery. All right, I'm going to get here where I can do this. We walked up the hill, and first when you go back there, and if you have a key, it has a nice road that you can drive on. But we walked it on Memorial Day. It was hot. But there's the stream flowing there's right at the bottom of the hill. And we got in that spring. I was splashing water. It saved my life. So I knew how those pioneers felt. But when we walked up that hill, 2 doves flew off. And I said, John and Winnie. So we thought that was special. But then, here's the marker, and it says it was placed in 2011, and it lists some of the names that I keep. But most of these were children. It says Samuel Parker, 1765 to 1840. The dates range from 1825 to the deaths to burials to 1850. George Parker, 1840 to 1849. They lost children. Miles Parker was 1854, so he was probably just an infant. Doesn't list a date. Melinda Parker, 1833 to 1840. Elizabeth Parker, 1850. Winnie Hunt Parker, 1797 to 1851. Andrew J. Parker, 1847, so that must have been another baby. Henry T. Parker, 1822 to 1833. Nancy F. Parker, 1840 to 1858. They were young. A lot of them were young. And John's second wife, I'm going to tell you this part. You know, I always thought, well, I'm related to the Thomases. My Elim history is with the Thomases. Well, during this research, I found out that John's second wife, after Winnie died, was Matilda Giddens. My grandmother's maiden name was Giddens from Georgia. And I have tried to put them all together, but they're bound to be related somehow. So I'm connected into the Thomases and the Giddens. I'm claiming it anyway. I'm claiming it. I'll make it work. I'll research till I figure it out. But anyway, but we went up there to the cemetery, and then we found, this is what the graves look like. Just
Mm-hmm. It escaped.
Mm.
Is that the last one?
I think there's an arrow back will get you back.
Yeah, do the arrows. Yeah, do it again. The arrow.
Arrow.
Here?
Over there,
Well,
yeah.
the arrow's painted on them keys. Can't see it from here.
There.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. I think I saw a picture at the college, and I took a picture of it, but it was not a good picture. It was real. It was out of a book. It was glare, and I want one of those books that Clay took the pictures. But anyway, there was a pine tree beside Winnie's grave, and I'm convinced that one is hers. The one on the left, because of the pine tree. But I don't know. But they just had these stones around. But those stones have been there since the dates were 1825. So they served their purpose. But I just wish they had their names on them. I'd give anything for their names. And then a lot of them were babies. You can see the little small circles. And then this one, the pine trees growing up through the middle of it.
That's a longleaf pine tree.
Is it?
Look, been there.
Maybe it came from...
No, that whole hill, for some reason, that whole hill was short-leaf.
We found
Every one
little
of them.
pine cones.
They had the pine cones about like that. Every one of them was short-leaf pine.
So, you can see the sizes until they were adults. That's what they look. We took a picture of every one of them. And there were more grave sites than names on that marker. So, and no way to know who's who, unless some old timer may remember hearing it word of mouth passed down. Anyway, so that's what you look like after you walk to it and get in that stream and cool off and then huff it on up that hill. We'd had it by that point. Anyway, changes. Next, I have to tell about changes from 1861 to 1867. That's during the Civil War, and there were very few records in the association minutes. 1872, though, was a good change. It was Reverends J.L. Briers, G.W. Miller, S.C. Johnson, and H.G.B. Ray met at Elim Baptist Church and formed the Elim Baptist Association, which included the counties of Escambia County, Alabama, Baldwin County, Alabama, Escambia County, Florida, and Santa Rosa County, Florida. So at one point, the Baptist churches here were in the same association with them. Then in the late 1800s and early 1900s, there was an actual town at Roberts, which I found fascinating. Y'all may have known this. I know I did. There was a main street out there. Because, now it's not many people. It wasn't when I grew up there. But there was the Parker and Lovelace Sawmill. That was near Silas Creek. And Silas Creek furnished the power for that sawmill, and they floated the logs. They said, I read about a ditch that was dug, like a flume, and they could float those logs down to the Conecuh River and then on to where it turns into Escambia and then to Pensacola. So that